Welcome back to Hatha. Um, so live today is the 26th. There's a lot going on. We have, for those of us here in my local area in Texas, we have some cleansing rain that is feeling much needed, right? So that feeling of dryness and aridness to finally the sky opens back up and there's rain and we feel life and we feel nourished and cleansed and all that comes with water. This weekend there is a full moon. It is a hunter's full moon, which is the first full moon after the harvest moon. This is when, because all the fields have been plowed, it's easier to see the animals as they come out and they're fattening themselves so hunters can go and get their own fatted animals to make it through the winter. This is also a lunar eclipse weekend where the shadow comes across the moon, obscuring its reflective light for a bit. There's also always, and especially now, so much going on in the world. So we've got the celestial things, the cloud things, and then just here on Earth, the humans are having a hard time. Whether that is in war or in lockdown, because right now they're still searching for the man in Maine. There is so much going on. It can feel like goodness is obscured. But we are always doing our best to hold the light even when it is eclipsed, to be in love, to be in kindness, to be in strength, even in times of torrential downpour that we all know has its downsides. So in yoga and in so many of the wisdom traditions, we have a challenge to hold the light and the dark, the reflection and the obfuscation at the same time. This is a non-dual mind. This is sitting amongst all of it, the beauty and the challenges, and be light, be love. So we'll do some heart openers today, a little potpourri so that we go through everything. But, maybe something that's going on in your life or in the world is inspiring you today. Or even, maybe better yet, challenging you to keep the faith, to know that the more of us that practice and put this vibration in the world. And I've had trouble understanding or kind of getting on board with some of that languaging, but I'm really, really, really on board now. I get it. There have been too many experiences I've had where people come together in a huge moment of beauty and strength and power, and it makes change. So we have to exercise that muscle. And so, we're here in this light-filled community, and there are more of us across the globe than there are those of us who wish to cause pain. So let's all bring out our inner Mr. Rogers as we look for the helpers, that we become the helpers, and that we remember that we're not the ones that make the headlines, but we are the ones that hold the courage, the strength, and the love of the world. Kind of a big calling, and we keep our bodies strong to do the same. So we'll strengthen our hearts and our minds and our bodies and our spirits together. And let it be for you whatever component that needs to be. So let's rub our palms together, deepening the breath. Coming back to the mat, remembering that regardless of outer circumstance, regardless of everything happening near us and far, there is a stillness within, a wellspring of strength, courage, love. But sometimes it's obscured. So go ahead and place your palms over your eye sockets. All right, just rest, not pressing on the eyeballs, but really cupping with your warm hands your sockets. Let your eyes relax, ones that become strained and troubled as we read and see that which brings us down. But it is Ajna, and the element here is light. So let your eyes go dark, feel the warmth, And take your attention to the place between the brows and inside your body, where there is light source. This is a light of intuition and inner knowing. So that when we are confronted with the good and the bad in the world, we know how to respond. Let's keep our palms here to chant the sound of Om. Om is the seed sound of Ajna. So as we vibrate with this sacred sound, we are opening up our minds to even more light. The pineal gland is here that can tell us light from dark. It does our circadian rhythms. So let's chant the sound of Om as if into our inner light. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way. Breathe into Om. Keeping your palms covering your eyes, open your eyes. And slowly peel your hands away, revealing the light of your room. And then a little bit of face yoga just to smooth away the worry. So you come to the inner edge, smooth your cheeks up and down, and then down the throat. There's no right or wrong way to do face yoga. It's just a reminder to be loving to yourself so that you can be a reflection of that into the world. Take good care. Turn the news off when you need to. Then, between the brows, lift and smooth your forehead. Like the full moon represents everything is full, everything is done. We have arrived. It is here. And from there, the waning, the work is done. So let your eyes be soft, knowing that today or in the next couple of days, you've done the work of the month. And then rub up and down the neck. Just give yourself a neck massage in a way that feels good to you. Tap the heart. This is where we tend to put on armor so that feelings don't feel so much. We have to protect our hearts sometimes, but not in our yoga practice. We remember to remove the armor. And then with your hands, simply sweep down your arms, rub the palms. Little energetic shower. Good. Sweep your body. And come onto your back, please. Begin with your feet on your mat. Arms alongside your body. We'll begin with dynamic bridge. In dynamic bridge, you can feel the back of your skull, the back of sixth chakra resting on your mat. And we also do a big lift of the heart by rooting into the legs. So it's a very integrative practice. So breathing in, hips go up, arms go through the air, open wide. Pause there, some fullness like that beautiful moon. And then exhale, arms through the air, hips lower. Return to the sides of your body and pause there, acknowledging the moments of empty. Continue on your breath timing. Inhale to pause. And then exhale to pause as we practice holding both ends of the breath spectrum equally. Wherever you are in the cycle, please give yourself one more round. And rest and notice what has changed. Bringing your knees into your chest, place one hand on each knee. And circle your knees away from each other and towards each other. Let the breath be full. It can be helpful for a little vagus nerve reset to breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, hold for a moment, and then exhale with a whooshing sound. Draw the legs back in happy baby and rock side to side, enjoying yourself here. So whatever you do today, do it fully. Fully enjoy, fully stretch, not past safety, but just to the fullness, the full experience. Okay, then take your right ankle across your left thigh. Come into the figure four. You're going to hold behind the left thigh. If that's difficult, then you can always clasp your pants or put a strap behind that leg. Keep your breath deep as you relax your jaw and relax the hip. Straighten your left leg, reaching it up, up, up. Roll your ankle. Okay, and then keep the figure four, but put your left foot on the mat. Arms out wide, cross the knee all the way over. Hips slide to the right, knees to the left. Wring it out in a supine twist. And come back to your back, both feet on the floor. Take a deep cleansing breath. As if every movement you do removes a little bit of that armor, so the light of you can be a little brighter. Cross your left ankle over the right thigh. Right leg comes in for figure four. Relax your tongue and jaw. And straighten the right leg now, roll the ankle. Good, then right foot comes to your mat. Cross the left knee all the way over. Hips to the left, knees to the right. Ring it out. This album is one cellist's version of how the chakras sound. I believe we're still in Muladhara in this one, just this steady foundation through music. The highs and the lows, they're both here. And then come back to your back, 2 feet on your mat, a deep cleansing breath. Bring your knees into your chest, roll to one side, and make your way to all fours. Begin in child's pose, please. Hips down, heart melting, forehead to your mat. Here we are again with eyes closed, looking inward, feeling pressure to the front of Ajna, of the 6th chakra of light. Imagine the back of your skull here opening like a window, allowing in more light. Light of consciousness, source, love, whatever that light is for you, open your mind. So bright it can't be eclipsed. Move when you're ready, Chakra Vakasana. Inhaling all fours, soft heart, lifted gaze. Open those eyes bright and drink in more light. Exhaling, close your eyes back to child's pose as we move slowly from darkness, eyes closed, to light, eyes open. Next time you're on all fours, stay there. And come into a revolved child's pose. So send your left arm and shoulder through. Roll your top shoulder back. And as you tuck your chin, enjoy a little stretch between the shoulder blades, taking the armor off the back of the heart. Length of the side of the neck. You might choose eyes open or closed, but do make a choice. And consider what that might mean to you on the inside. How can you nourish yourself here with light? Inhaling, return to all fours. Exhaling, switch to the other side. Tuck your chin, turn to look up. Top shoulder rolls back. Find a way for you, your body, to enjoy a stretch where your upper body needs it. On your inhale, come back to all fours. Good, then sit on your heels, and we're going to stretch out our fingers a little bit. So lift pinky, stretch underneath. Let it go. Ring finger draws back. Release. Middle finger. Let it go. Index finger. Now, if one of these fingers needs a little more attention, you stay there. Give it all the love it needs. And and release. Pull the thumb back. And release. And then wiggle your fingers like a pianist or a cellist. Nope, they have a bow. Well, they do the upper. All right. Other hand down. Draw your pinky back. Release. Ring finger comes back. Release. Middle finger. Let it go. Index. Hands close in over time. We've got to keep them open, and they're an extension of the heart. So let's keep them stretched and open, ready to serve, ready to support, ready to hug. High five. All right, release your thumb. Piano those fingers. Roll the wrists. And then place your blocks at the front of your mat. We'll do a little puppy pose to get nice long stretch through the side bodies and shoulders. So, holding the edges of your blocks, like your fingers can go down over the corner. Blocks are parallel to each other. Deep breath in and broaden the upper chest. As you exhale, melt your heart down. Draw your navel in, and then walk your knees back. Hips stay high. This is puppy pose. Wrap your triceps so the outer arms really wrap down. Draw your shoulder blades down. So your arms are straight, but you're trying to use your shoulder blades to pull the blocks towards you. They shouldn't move. They're on your sticky mat. Your shoulder blades draw down. Like you're using those to pull the blocks towards you. Keep that action, which will maintain a hollowness to the underarms. So the underarms are lifted. And then you slowly let the chest descend. Let the head go. Maybe your head touches the mat, maybe it doesn't. Be kind to yourself, especially if you have shoulder injury. It's very important to keep pulling on the blocks. So you use the shoulder blades, pulling down to pull the blocks towards you. And let gravity help you melt your heart, release your head. Keep the breath full. Let it just evolve slowly in its own way, its own timing. But you're holding the fort here with the triceps down and the shoulder blades pulling to the hips. It's like a turbo child's pose. As you inhale, roll back up to all fours, nice and slow. That was a big thoracic spine stretch. Let's experiment with keeping hands on blocks. Turn your toes under, arms strong and steady. Again, triceps in. Just hover your knees off the ground a couple inches. Okay, engage your cores. The quadriceps are working here. Draw the abdominals in and up. 2 more breaths. Really hold steady. All right, hips high, chest goes back, downward facing dog with your hands on the blocks. Let's see what that does for you. Might help you get the heels down more. Keep your shoulder blades drawn towards each other and now press out through the blocks like you're trying to move the blocks away from you. Organic energy. 2 more breaths, broadening the chest. Good. Slowly walk forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. The blocks out in front of you like 2 skyscrapers. Hands are on the blocks, body is parallel to the floor. Shift onto your left leg and just make it work. So you lift your kneecap, feel the leg engage, and fly your right leg up parallel to the ground. All right, so standing hip crease pulls back. Do a little dynamic action of your standing leg. So as you inhale, bend your knee, and as you exhale, push it straight. Standing leg. Inhale down, and exhale, press. Notice if there's a lot of weight going into the ball of your foot, focus on the heel of your standing foot. Keep it active. Wake up the quad. Good, couple more like that. Call these pliés. And the next time your leg is straight, open the top hip. Half moon rising. Sweep the right arm up and stretch out. Focus your eyes in one place. All right, touch down, hand to block, right foot to the floor. Shift onto the right leg. So you just lighten up on the left, the right leg works extra. Lift the kneecap, root into the 3 points of the sole of the foot. When that leg's got you, float the left leg up. Standing hip crease comes back. It wants to turn in for most of us. Really keep pulling that hip crease back. And we do pliés. Heel stays down. Inhale to lower. Maybe you'll feel a stretch in the calf and Achilles. Exhale, root down to the foot to straighten the leg. Keep going on your timing. Inhale to bend and exhale to straighten. Okay, one more like that. Then open up to half moon rising. Stretch out from the heart in every direction. All right, touch down, left hand to the block, left foot comes down. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow. Bring your fingertips to the floor if you can. If not, put your blocks there with your hands on your blocks. Push your fingertips down and forward. Soften the knees so you can lift your kneecaps and drag your heels back. This will activate the hamstrings in your forward fold. So fingers push down and forward, heels drag back isometrically, and tuck your chin in towards your shins. 3 breaths here, actively pressing and pulling inward. Then slide your hands to your hips, circle your shoulders back, lengthening through the crown, slowly come up, breathing deeply as you go. Good, okay. Now pick up your dish towel that I forgot to tell you to get. Dish towel or hand towel. And hold each side of it. Good, then plant your feet wide and bend your knees and pull on the dish towel a little bit. Okay, shoulders are down. Just like when you were had your hands on the blocks and you were pulling there, same thing here. Pull your shoulder blades down your back. Good, now start to circle. You might feel all the crunchies in the upper back. All right, but let the ribs stretch, belly stretch, back stretch. And as you bend your knees a little bit more, you can take the bend a little deeper, so down to the waist. Circling around. And then you can start to include the hips, so that when your arms go to one side, the hip goes there too. Then tuck, and then they swing to the other side and back. So you're sticking out your tail feathers as your towel comes around the back. Big circles. Yeah, bend your knees and roll the hips as well. Let's go the other way. Good. Let it flow. Smooth. Good. Next time it's up, stay up. Straighten your legs. Lift your chest and do a little upper body back bend. So pull your towel up into the sky. Neck is long. So the neck stays long. Back of the heart comes forward as you're reaching, reaching up and rooting down. 2 breaths here. Right. This is an openness to light, to receive the rain, receive the light of the full moon, and shine yours right back out in the world to every crevice that needs it. Every human that needs it. Every creature. On your next inhale, come to neutral and release down. This is a good length. We'll keep going using it for Gomukhasana arms. So let's take the towel in the right hand and then fling it over your back. Then the left hand, thumb down, take your shoulder back. So you plug in the head of the arm bone in, sweep it around behind you and go up the, so you might be nice, you might be low here, but if you're feeling a stretch in the shoulders, that's fine. If you can, you just work your way up your towel. Maybe you can clasp fingertips. Okay, wherever you are, keep rolling the left shoulder back. If you're feeling more flexible, everything's going well, then you can tuck your chin, move your arm behind your head a little bit more. And then as you lift your head, it's going to accentuate that stretch. Any shoulder injuries, go very gently, just to the very edge of resistance. Okay, we'll do cow face, eagle pose. All the creatures, bend your knees deeply, and then just cross your right leg over simply. Squeeze in, breathe deep. And back to 2 feet, release your arms out. Good, roll your shoulders, shift a little bit. Shake your head no. Good. Hold the towel in the left hand. Fling it over you. Right arm reaches forward. Turn the thumb down. Pull the shoulder back. Good. And bending your elbows, sweep it behind you. Clasp the towel. One side is likely different than the other. That's okay. That's normal. Life is asymmetrical. Okay, make any adjustments you need. So if you're feeling flexible, you can always dip your chin, move your arm behind your head, then lift your chin back up. I think it's called cow face because it's one ear up and one ear down. I don't know. Bend your knees deeply. Cross your left leg over. It's a nice high eagle pose in the lower body. Your standing leg is doing just what it did when we were over doing plies. So bend that leg and keep it strong, especially right up around the sitting bone. And breathe. Just one more breath. Hug in. And back to 2 feet. Release the arms. You can let go of your towel and roll shoulders side to side. Shake your head no. Good. Standing with your feet shoulder distance apart. Interlace your fingers behind you. And if your fingers don't reach, just grab that towel again. Use the towel to shorten the distance. Shoulders roll back. Arms go straight as your chest lifts up. Deep breath in, broadening across the heart. Exhaling, belly button back. Bend your knees. Bow forward, wrists overhead. Use exhale with Ujjayi to pull yourself into the forward fold. So constrict the throat, slow down the exhale, pull deeply inward. Affix your eyes to one place or close them as we nurture the light of the heart open. Straighten your legs as much as you can while keeping the body dipping down. All right, now bend your knees deeply. Lengthen through your crown. Slowly come up to stand. And release the arms. Again, roll the shoulders side to side. Shake your head no. Good. Come to stand at the front of your mat. We'll do 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Right. You're pretty open and stretched through the chest, arms, and hands. See how that helps you as you do this flow every time the hands come down. Standing tall. Connect to your personal intention today. Right, invoking that beautiful full moon. Acknowledging sometimes the light is obscured. And making our lights bright for the world to receive warmth. Here we go. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, humbly fold. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. In through the nose, deeply. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more. Step or hop, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, palms together. Take a deep cleansing breath. And guide yourself through 2 more rounds, or 1 if you want to go super slow. It's your practice. Off you go. Just stay focused. Natarajasana, baby dancer. Shifting onto your left foot. Hold your right foot behind you. Extend the left arm forward. Do your best to keep the right ribs coming forward. In fact, you can even use your hand to help you. And then when you're ready, kick your foot back, lift your gaze, and extend from the heart to the world. Eyes in one place, the source of light is steady. And back to 2 feet. See, doesn't matter if you fall or how long you stay, just hold the light. Shift onto the right. Take your left foot, kicking your foot back, lift your gaze and shine out. And back to 2 feet. Good. Let's take our mat to a wall. It's inversion time, y'all. You are ready. You are prepared. Have we done everything we need to do? Yes. Usually the success in air quotes, which means you become an L shape, depends on the openness of the chest. So I'm hoping we've done a lot of that good work. So start with your feet against the wall. L pose is an inversion. Feet on the wall, creating the shape of an L with your hands down. It's a handstand preparation. So step your hands in front of you. If your hands or wrists are tired or injured, you can do this on your forearms quite beautifully, right? Same effect. All right, planting your finger pads, deep breath in and broaden. Exhale, melt the heart down. Wrap your triceps towards each other and now tighten your belly button to your spine. That's good work right there. You could stay or move your chest to your legs and lift your hips up. So you're a down dog at the wall. Your legs will be bent. Keep moving your chest back towards your legs. You are in an inversion. You will get the benefits of cerebral spinal fluid, nourishing the brain, right? Stimulating the pineal gland, thymus, everything here. To continue, walk your feet up the wall, stopping at the height of your hips, and straighten your legs. If your feet are sliding down the wall, bend your knees. You could also do this with your legs up on a couch. Okay, but your effort here is pushing those arms really, really straight, holding steady. 2 more breaths. Then walk your feet back down to your mat. Sit on your heels and rest. Breathe. You can close your eyes, turning inward. Good. Any questions from the Zoom room about this? You can put it in the chat or unmute yourself. It's fine, because we'll do it once again. Let's take a couple more breaths, recovering so your shoulders are over your hips. All right. Come back to all fours, bottoms of the feet to the wall. All right, lots of right angles here. You can walk your hands a little forward if it felt like your feet were sliding down, but ideally the wrists are beneath your shoulders. Now, take a nice deep breath in and broaden. Exhale, melt the heart. Draw your triceps towards each other, arms strong and straight. Squish all the air out from under your fingers and lift your hips up high. Bend your knees as much as you need to move your chest towards the wall. You can look at the wall. It can be helpful, though, to look between your hands. That's going to give the thoracic spine a bend that might be helpful to you. Everybody's a little different on that. All right, stay or walk your feet up the wall. And we'll do 4 breaths. Strong, straight arms. and descend. Sit on your heels. Close your eyes and turn within. Down dog, just normal old down doggy. And notice how your doggy feels. Right, the arms are the same ones as you did in handstand. There they are, strong and steady. Slowly walk forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Reaching forward, inhale, rise. And palms together at your heart. Good. Come back out to center. For a little bit of inner thigh and side stretch, we'll use triangle pose. And it can be nice to use a block. Okay, you might be able to experience the more of the form of the upper body when you use a block. So no shame to the block game, I say. Okay, arms out wide. Line up your ankles with your wrists. So go really wide through your legs. Turn your left thigh out and your right thigh in. You've done it 100 times. Inhale. Exhale, lift your kneecaps. Pull your legs towards each other and up. Now tilt. So take your pubic bone back towards your back heel. Tilting over your front leg. Notice if your body is coming forward of your leg. Lean back. Lean back so your shoulder is directly over that leg, and then reach down for the block. Place your right hand on your hip. Roll the top shoulder back. Lean back until your top shoulder is over the bottom shoulder and is over that leg. Sometimes these ribs pop up. Take your hand, push the ribs down. Woo! Now from your legs, or from your hips, from the base of the pelvis, root out through the legs like you're trying to stretch your sticky mat. So we still have the toning and lifting, but now we extend it out, and the right arm reaches up. Simple, easy. No pop to the front of the shoulder. It's really rolling back. Back of the neck is long. Breathe. 4 breaths here. Just be. On your inhale, lift from your top wrist, rise up. Let's go right away to the other side. Turn the left leg in, right leg out. You can do heel to heel alignment or heel to arch. Reach up. Inhale, begin with softness. This is where we always begin with just being open to grace, source, light. Everything is open to both ends of the spectrum. And then embrace the whole experience. Quads, arches up, everything lifting. Point your pubic bone towards your back heel to help you shift. Okay, draw that front sitting bone under. Right hand comes to your block. Whatever height it needs to be. Okay, with your hand on your hip, roll the top shoulder back. Lean back until your top shoulder. It's a big twist, right? Bottom ribs come under, top shoulder, over bottom shoulder, over the leg. Rooting down and out with the legs now. Stretch your sticky mat. Arm floats up. 4 breaths. Top ribs down. Got that little piece. Mm-hmm. Good. Pull from the top wrist. Inhale, rise. Turn all 10 toes in, thighs in, lift up. Inhale and exhale, just cascade forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. Again, lift those kneecaps, let your body go, even shake your head a little bit. Finally, the arms are like, oh, thank you. I'm just here along for the ride. Let the shoulders go. Legs are holding steady. Now on your inhale, lengthen your body, coming out parallel to the floor. Shift over to a left side lunge. So left leg turns out, right leg turns in, nice deep lunge. Let's go for the twist. Move your body away from the floor. You're doing a Halloween cat with your back, and then bring your right ribs to your left leg. Woo, twist and turn. Tone the buttocks on both sides. Your front leg would probably like to come out, right? Keep the inner edge of your left foot planted. Stay or reach the left arm up. And there it is again, shoulder over shoulder. Lean back. 3 more breaths. Pushing into the feet. Touch down. And come through the middle. So swing your body through the center to a right side lunge. Put your right hand on your front leg. Push away. So you do a Halloween cat. As you exhale, take your left ribs to the right leg and then deepen. Roll both shoulders back, lean back, big twist as much as you can bear. And then eventually that right arm can go up if that shoulder is over the bottom shoulder. You want a straight line from wrist to wrist as you lean back. 3 more breaths. And touch down. Swing your body back to neutrals, 2 straight legs. Bend your knees deeply, roll up. And step your feet together. Stand tall in Tadasana. Good. Baddha Konasana. We'll do 3, maybe even 4 of them because we're using the block. So have a seat. You can give your hips a little lift or a big lift as needed. And we're coming to feet together, knees apart. Now, everybody's going to have a different experience of this. And if your knees are way up high, then you can move your feet more forward. This is Omega pose. This is excellent. Or pile something, maybe your other block, to get your hips up higher, closer to the where your knees are. We're going in. So take your block lengthwise between your feet. So these are active stretches, right? Often we want to stretch the hips, but what they need is strength. And yes, they need both ends of the spectrum held together. So push your feet against the block. You're going to ignite the work of the legs. If you're getting tight here in the hip creases, back off a little bit. So move the feet away, see if that helps, right? That can do it differently. So find that right distance for you. So your feet are glued to the blocks. You've got strings on each knee pulling the opposite direction. So we're pushing and pulling. That might be enough. If you'd like to enter the stretch a little bit more, inhale heart high and exhale, start to go forward. Keep the activity of the legs, pushing the feet, pulling the knees. The knees are pulling wide and down. Using the outsides of the legs to help you there. Okay, 2 more breaths. Looking within. Good. Inhale to come up. Separate your feet a little bit more and put it face down. Push this block, pull your knees, lift up high. Stay or fold. Okay, push the block, pull your knees aside, and using the leg muscles, pull your knees towards the ground. There might not be a forward fold after all that. That's okay. Okay, inhale to roll up. And rotate the block. You push the block, pull the knees, lift your gaze, forward fold. Very active. You rise up. Now here's the fun part. Oh yes, she said fun. Move the block and bring your feet together, and it might reveal a deeper flexibility in good old-fashioned feet together, knees apart. And if you can, you keep the pinky edges of your feet together and open the soles of the feet like a book, so the toes curl back. So you're pushing whatever parts of your feet together. Pull your knees apart and strengthen to pull down. That's a lot. Stay or inhale and tilt forward. Don't sacrifice the beautiful work of the legs you're doing for the forward fold. Do the work of the legs. Okay, one more breath. Pull in, pull in, pull in, and rise up. Use your hands to help bring your knees together and extend your legs forward in Dandasana, in staff pose. Squeeze them and press them. If you're up high, you're going to want to come down now. Roll the pelvis into a neutral position. Okay, so we're not tucked. So if you can feel your dinosaur bones back there, your spine, right? Bend the knees a little bit to roll the pelvis into a neutral position where the lumbar spine comes in towards you, in and up. So you want to pull in and up all around the hips and waist. Arms alongside. 3 breaths here. Just working on beautiful tall posture with active legs. You can break a sweat doing Dandasana properly. Okay, Upavishta Konasana. Widen the legs. Maybe you'll have a little bit more than usual after the work you did. Place a block in front as needed. With your fingers on the floor, root down, and as you pull back with your fingers, lift your chest. So it's like you're doing cobra. You're pulling, hands back, heart up. Okay, legs are squeezing, tilt forward. Now, if you're flexible, this is going to be easy and your pelvis will roll forward. If that's the case for you, your job is to anchor the tailbone to do your forward fold. If you're tighter in the hamstrings, then that's not a concern, right? You just take a forward fold, tighter in the hamstrings, inner thighs, low back, it's all part of it. Okay, but find your forward fold and we'll do 5 breaths. If you're nursing an injury, please be mindful that we don't want to overstretch injured hammies. Don't want to really stretch them much at all. Wait for them to heal. Draw your navel back, slowly walk your body up. And again, use your hands to help your legs squeeze together. Dandasana. So legs are as straight as you can. If that makes your pelvis tilt back, please bend your knees. Either way, drag your heels towards you. Whoops, so they press into the ground, pull towards you. It's going to help you get the lumbar spine in. 4 breaths. Hold steady. All right, strength to maintain, regardless of our circumstances. We're practicing. Mind is calm. Good. Now, pull your right foot back. Lift up tall. It also can be helpful to have a little bit of a lift. I like to have a blanket under me. All right, lift up tall. Curve your back away from the leg. This is like when we did our lunge, and then twist and turn towards your leg. Curve and twist. Right hand walks behind you. Look as far back through your eyes as you can, so to the edge of the eye socket. And twist comes all the way through the neck. Right? If you have good neck mobility, you want to be able to turn your head 90 degrees in either direction. These things do tend to go away over time. So keep it supple. Well, you're doing that because you're doing yoga. Take a little neck roll. And Dandasana, staff pose. Just a brief pit stop here, reclaiming your tall posture. And the left leg comes back. Curve your spine away. Twist to your leg. Hug around. You can even use your fingers to dig in that leg and help you twist and turn. Look all the way through the left corner of the eye. A deep breath from the inside, right? Helps stretch into the bind. So we feel free in tight spaces, tight times. Inhale to unwind. Dandasana, staff pose. Sitting tall. Paschimottanasana. So bend your knees as much as needed to do a forward fold. Inhale, floating the arms up. Exhaling, lift your belly button. Lift yourself out of your hips and reach for the toes. Okay, if you can take the outer edges of your feet, do that. If not, press the sides of your shins. So if you have your feet, pull the pinky side back and press through the inner big toe. If you're using your shins, push your shins and hands against each other. All right, roll the shoulders back, shoulder blades down, just like you've been practicing, and draw yourself deeply into the forward fold. 5 breaths. Draw in as much as you're going to, belly button back. And reach forward, inhale, rise up. Arms alongside your body, Dandasana, staff pose. Okay, if you have a blanket there, go ahead and remove it. Time to start putting ourselves back together. So we'll do a low side plank for this. Come onto your right forearm and stack your left hip on top. Okay, stack your feet. You can have a hand in front of you to help. Lift your hips up. Stay or reach the left arm up. Squeeze your legs together as one. 3 breaths. Okay, so you're really lifting all the muscles along the spine, stabilizing after all this good opening. We got to stabilize. Good. Lower your hips. Turn over. Everything is stacked. And root to rise. Hips go up. Hold steady. 3 more breaths. Lower your hips. Come onto your belly. Forehead to the mat. Arms alongside of you. Thumbs pointing down. Shoulders roll back. Squeeze your butt and legs. Inhale, Shalabhasana. Rise up. Reach through your fingers. Strengthen the back. You just give a big stretch. So give them a good squeeze here. Shoulders are back. Shoulder blades move down. Squeeze your butt. Reach through your toes. All the good stuff. 2 more breaths. Squeeze your hammies. And relax, turn to one cheek and breathe. All right, levitate, flip, and come onto your back. Send both legs to the ceiling. Deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, ribs down, curl up, touch your ankles and stay. Just really draw those ribs down. Relax the neck and shoulders, right? This is about engaging the abdominals. Pull in. Now reach overhead and lower your legs slowly. Coming all the way down. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, let everything go. Take a breath here, resting. Okay, hope you can get a block nearby. Place it between your thighs for bridge pose. So feet come in, hug your block, lift your hips and roll your shoulders underneath you. Okay, 4 breaths here, holding the block steady at about 10%, 10 to 50% each leg. Tone the buttocks. Good. Release your shoulders, hips come down. Extending your arms out to the sides, bring your legs in. Keep the block there. Inhale, squeeze your block halfway over to the right. Pause there. Keep hugging the block. Both shoulders are back and down. All the strength is around the core and ribs. So the legs are in the air, just halfway down to the right side, hugging your block. And roll through the center. Other side. Okay, roll that right shoulder, plant it back down if it wants to roll up. Hug your ribs, 4 breaths. Good and good for you. And come back to center. Remove your block. Happy baby. Let the head loll, nice and easy. The hard work is done. It's time to rest, that balance of life, right? Of all the doing, we must rest in Shavasana, practice dying. And because this has a lot to do with light and 6th chakra today and seeing, let's go ahead and cover the eyes. If you have an eye pillow, that's great. If not, you could use your blanket. Just bring it over your eyes. Put yourself in total darkness. And then adjust your body for corpse pose, Shavasana. Let your mind rest in your heart, emanating love. Stay as long as you like. Or slowly begin to let your breathing deepen. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. Lovingly draw your knees into your chest. Roll to your right side and rest. From there, use the strength of your arms to help you slowly return to a seated posture. Let's finish together in the sound of Om. Breathe in. Om. Namaste. Be well. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.